Hi again.
Hello, welcome to the channel. It is October 16th, and today's topic is spread the word.
Spread the word.
Like
Okay.
a good Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Seneca says, "Some people with exceptional minds quickly grasp virtue, or produce it within themselves. But other dim and lazy types, hindered by bad habits, must have their rusty souls constantly scrubbed down. The weaker sorts will be helped and lifted from their bad opinions if we put them in the care of philosophy's principles."
What? So there are two types of people, right? Some of them are that they at some point shift into some sort of a new behavior and they stay there, and then there are other folks who have to have their souls scrubbed all the time, let's say, because they kind of bouncing back and forth between, oh, I get it, and then they keep behaving the other way, let's say, and they kind of cannot flip over and stay there. They're flipping over and then going back and then flipping over.
And this sounds like it's maybe including that and also just like people who are just only in bad habits all of the time.
Or those that yeah, like, because the hope is that, okay, well, I have some bad habits, I want to get rid of them, I'm going to learn about them while still having them, and then I somehow flipped on this other side and now I no longer have them, right? And now that's like
My new
I don't go back to the other one, right? But then there is all stages of all of that, like, well, I don't know anything, I'm just in ignorance and I'm doing silly stuff, and then yes, I'm aware of it, but I'm still doing the silly stuff. Now I'm flipping, flopping, not doing it, then I'm doing it, it's frustrating. What am I, who am I if I'm flip-flopping like this, right? But ultimately it's to myself, like, keep going, because you will get to that place where it's flopped.
Right.
It's not flipping, flopping, it's just flopped on that side and it stays there. I'm not saying that from there you'll never visit these places here. No, you will visit, but hopefully not frequently is the hope.
Yeah, it'll be less frequent and it'll be
Yeah.
less sticky when it gets there.
Yeah, that you can come back very quickly to the wanted side of things. Yes.
And so he's saying that philosophy's principles is really the thing that shepherds you through the whole continuum,
Mm-hmm.
which is why
Mm-hmm.
we must spread the word.
Amen. Okay.
Ready for Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Stoicism is not an evangelical religion. You would think I would know how to say that word. You're not obligated to save anyone. There's no risk of hell if a soul remains in ignorance of the teachings of Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius. But now that you've learned and studied a better path, you can be of service to others. You can share your wisdom or insight with a friend or stranger, remembering that behavior is always a better example than a lecture. Everyone deserves to benefit from philosophy's principles, as Seneca put it.
Mm.
If you see someone who is in need of help or has asked for guidance, provide it. You owe them that much.
Well, of course, if they're asking, then that's great, right?
Well, he's saying also if you're in need of help,
Yeah.
which gets a little bit trickier, but I think really what's at the bottom of that is remembering that behavior is always a better example than a lecture.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can help somebody merely by living my life in a way that sets a good example.
Yeah.
And that's way better than me, like, getting on some high horse and being like, I'll help you fill this gap in your life, or I'll help you fix this problem with this philosophy nugget.
Yeah, it's hard to help someone by telling them what to do, because how the heck would we know? how the heck would the one who's saying what to do know what the one needs over there, right? They don't know. But then you say, well, okay, if I tell you, then no, that's never gonna work because I don't know what you need. But I can see like, oh, you're in this situation. I'm gonna start acting like this because that's what I would be doing in your situation. So I'm gonna start acting this way. I'm gonna do something, and then maybe that's like, oh, I can do that, and then now it's picked up by the one who is in need of something. That behavior is being seen, and perhaps that person now can say like, oh, yeah, that I can accept that from that standpoint, right? I can accept that by observing some behavior, but I cannot accept it by them telling me what I should be doing going forward because I don't trust them that they know what I'm going through. But if I see something happening, I can say, oh my God, that's exactly what I need, right? Like I can match that to myself, right?
Sure, and I think like sometimes it won't be like a one for one. Like you won't be able to
no,
model like
no, this
that
is just an
specific.
example. This
Yeah.
is just an example.
It's gonna be
for-
more of just like, oh, I'm treating you in a certain way and I'm modeling that, and you can take some of this to that specific problem, but maybe maybe my behavior doesn't help you with that specific problem, but it just helps you feel more normal or accepted, and now the downstream effect of it is.
But it's not about talking or telling them, but it's more about, leading by example, in other words. Yeah. Okay, cool. Anything else on this guy?
Let's wrap it up.
See ya.